could regain control of the lost Voyager 2 probe after a heartbeat signal was picked up.
In November 2026, a lone machine older than your parents' vinyl collection will become the first human thing ever to be one full light day from Earth. That's the distance light itself travels in a full 24-hour cycle. Imagine one day for hello to crawl out there, one day for its whisper to crawl back. That machine is Voyager 1, still humming after 49 years, and on that Tuesday, it will quietly cross a line that makes even light itself look slow. How did a 5-ton bundle of 1970s circuits outlive disco, the Cold War, and most of our attention spans? What does a day-long conversation even sound like? And why does this particular number, one light day, feel like the edge of a cliff we didn't know we were climbing?
This video is sponsored by Upstream. Want to grow your YouTube channel faster? With Upstream, you can run a 24/7 live stream using your pre-recorded videos. Since live streams rank higher in search, you'll gain more views, more subscribers, and more revenue. And it's not just YouTube. Upstream lets you multi-stream to up to 10 platforms, design custom layouts that match your brand, and schedule your content so your channel is live even when you're not. Sign up free today with the link in the description, and if you decide to upgrade, you'll get 20% off your first month. Start streaming smarter with Upstream.
September 5, 1977. Cape Canaveral was sweating through another Florida morning while Voyager 1 sat on top of a Titan rocket that had already tried to eat Voyager 2 for breakfast a few weeks earlier. Both missions, you see, were timed to exploit a rare planetary alignment, a cosmic shortcut that wouldn't come around for centuries. Engineers had 48 hours before the next launch window vanished for 175 years. No pressure. The thing blasted off, wobbled a little, then slipped through the window with hours to spare. Inside its belly, cameras calibrated on the best Kodak film specs of the era, a power plant the size of a suitcase, and a golden LP packed with whale songs, greetings in 55 languages, and one nervous "Hello from Earth" by then UN Secretary Waldheim. Nobody expected the record to ever be played. They just wanted to prove we could be polite tourists. 18 months later, Voyager 1 slammed into the Jupiter system like a tourist with a fast pass. First surprise, Io looked like a moldy pizza and burped sulfur 300 kilometers high, active volcanoes on a world the size of our own moon. Until that frame, no human had seen a world besides Earth that still bled lava. Second surprise, Jupiter's ring, paper-thin, darker than charcoal, and nobody knew it was there. The spacecraft's computer had 68 kilobytes of memory, less than a modern fridge magnet, yet it stitched together a technicolor storm bigger than Earth that had been raging since the Pilgrims landed. The images hit the nightly news and stayed there for weeks. Suddenly, every kid wanted to be an astronaut again. November 1980. Saturn's rings filled the camera like grooves on a cosmic vinyl. Voyager 1 skimmed over Titan's orange smog, measured its nitrogen breath, and confirmed it was the only moon wrapped in a real atmosphere. Mission planners faced a fork: swing onto Uranus and Neptune, or use Titan's tug to slingshot up and out of the plane of the planets forever. They chose the exit ramp. That gravity assist bent the trajectory by 90 degrees, flinging the craft northward and sealing its fate as an interstellar probe. The last image of Saturn showed the planet shrinking to a pale dot, rings edge on, a cosmic wink goodbye.
For a decade, Voyager 1 drifted through the outer suburbs. No planets, no selfies, just the hum of cosmic rays and the slow drain of plutonium. Back on Earth, the team shrank from hundreds to a few dozen. NASA renamed it the Voyager Interstellar Mission, a fancy way of saying, keep the lights on and see what happens. The spacecraft rotated 7 times per minute, scanning space in slices, storing data on a tape recorder that would make any 8-track jealous. Every so often, engineers sent a ping, basically outer space WhatsApp, asking for temperature readings. Round-trip time, about 34 hours and growing. August 25th, 2012. Voyager 1 measured a sudden drop in solar particles and a jump in galactic radiation. The heliopause, where the sun's wind slams into the stuff between stars, had been crossed. No sirens, no confetti, just a change in the pitch of plasma waves detected by antennas shorter than a car antenna. Confirmation took months. The data crawled back at 160 bits per second, slower than a 1980s modem. But the verdict stood: humanity's first craft in interstellar space. The news broke during the London Olympics. For a moment, the fastest man alive shared headlines with the fastest thing humans ever built. Today, a radio whisper needs 23 hours and 6 minutes to reach Voyager 1. In November 2026, the counter will tick past exactly 24 hours. One light day. Think about that. You could watch all 3 Lord of the Rings extended editions, sleep in, brew coffee, and still wait for the spacecraft to hear "Good morning." After that, every new kilometer piles on another 0.004 seconds. By 2030, the delay will be 25 hours. By 2036, 26. The Deep Space Network keeps the conversation alive with 70-meter dishes that can hear a signal 1/10 of a billionth of a watt. That's like spotting a refrigerator light from Pluto. Voyager 1 no longer takes photos. Its cameras are off to save power, and because nothing is close enough to see. Instead, it listens. Cosmic rays slam into its detectors, telling us how the galaxy shields itself from supernovae. Magnetometers twirl, mapping interstellar fields that bend like seaweed in a current. Every so often, a solar burp still reaches it, proving the sun's influence stretches farther than we thought. Last year, the craft reported a 30% jump in plasma density, evidence it may have entered a denser cloud of interstellar gas, nicknamed the pressure front. No other probe can sample that boundary. New Horizons is still inside and lacks the juice to go farther. The radioisotope thermoelectric generator drops 4 watts every year. Today, Voyager 1 runs on about 220 watts, less than 3 old incandescent bulbs. NASA has switched off the heater for the ultraviolet spectrometer. The instrument kept working at -79 Celsius, colder than dry ice. Next to go, the gyros that keep the antenna pointed within a fraction of a degree. Engineers now send pulse and pause commands, letting the craft drift slightly and then nudge back, like steering a bike with your eyes closed. Sometime in the early 2030s, the last watt will fall below the threshold to power the transmitter. After that, Voyager 1 will fall silent, but it will not stop. Speed, 17 kilometers per second. Fast enough to cross the continental United States in 4 minutes. Destination? Nowhere in particular. In 40,000 years, it will pass within 1.6 light-years of the star Gliese 445, a red dwarf racing towards us. The craft will be dead, but the golden record will still sparkle. Each side plays at 16 2/3 RPM. Any civilization that finds it will need to spin the disk and decode diagrams etched in the aluminum cover. The odds of interception? Astronomical. But the message was never really for aliens. It was for us, a mirror held up to a species young enough to send love letters into the dark. Crossing the 24-hour line is symbolic, sure, but symbols shape stories. When Voyager 1 hits that mark, every childhood picture of the sun drawn with yellow crayon will be a full day's ride away. The milestone reminds us that space is not just big, it is patient. It forces us to think in geologic time while we scroll headlines measured in seconds. And it proves that sometimes we build things that outlast the arguments for building them. If you want to watch the countdown to one light day with us, hit subscribe and ring the bell. NASA's Deep Space Network posts the live light time on their website, and we'll be tracking it in real time. Drop a comment. What song would you put on a golden record today? And hey, share this video with someone who still thinks 1970s tech can't be cool. Sometime next November, a blue-green mission control room in Pasadena will send a string of ones and zeros into a dish the size of a football field. 24 hours later, a spacecraft launched when bell-bottoms were in fashion will receive that ping, turn it around, and spend another day sending its reply. We will not be there to hear it, but the signal will cross the void anyway, a heartbeat traveling at the speed limit of reality. Voyager 1 is already the most distant human voice. After the Milestone, it will also be the slowest conversation we've ever had. Yet the topic is timeless. We were here. We looked up. We tried. And if that isn't worth a 24-hour wait, I don't know what is.